Hello and welcome along to episode 12 of this Cricket 19 career with me, Daniel. It's the England years, it's the international scene, and we're pretty much in last chance saloon here. It's the second test between England and West Indies. Obviously the first test in real life is in full flow now, so let me know down in the comments how you're enjoying that. Cricket being back. I'm recording this at the start of what should be day one, and so far there hasn't been any play due to rain, so I can't comment just yet. But thank you so much to everyone who's following this series so far. It could be coming to a premature end soon because we're not getting runs, and there's only so long that England will persist with us. So if you have missed any of the series so far, you can catch up in the eye above. We've had a test match against Ireland, we've had two against Sri Lanka, and we're now in our second against the West Indies. So this, I make it our 10th innings with the bat for England. We got one half century in which we got out for 51, and we've got two other scores over 35. Otherwise, we've had four single digit scores and a few failures, and we haven't been great with the ball either. So I'm a little bit worried about what the future holds for our test career, particularly with an Ashes series coming up this winter. We've got an ODI match against Ireland, which we have been selected for, a chance for redemption perhaps, but this innings, particularly with where the match stands in the series, is crucial. So the West Indies are 25 runs ahead after the first innings. They got 394 in response to our 369. We scored 33 runs in the first innings before getting out to a silly big thick edge. It flew up in the air and was caught by the man at mid-off. And it was McGee who got us again, this time going around the wicket. But then we got a little bit of redemption with the ball. We bowled pretty well and we got the wicket of Dennis Duncan. He was out for 42, he was building a brilliant partnership with Hetmeyer, and then Hetmeyer himself got out not long after. A thin edge through to the wicket-keeper folks, and off 16 overs we were pretty economical. Just 2 and over we were going for, 1 wicket and 7 maidens as well. So our bowling is probably keeping us in the side at the moment. We certainly look more of a fixture than Borthwick, so I think we are definitely the outright second spinner now. But in test matches and on pitches where there's only one spinner required, do we deserve a place in the team? I don't know on our bowling performance. So when we go to the bat, we've got to be big in this innings. It's myself and James Vince. We're nearly at lunch on day 3. And really, we've got to try and build something big. So let me know what you think's going to happen. If you are looking forward to this episode, please do put a thumbs up on it. And please do give me a bit of moral support, because I am going to need it. We're back to face our old nemesis, Orson McGee. And England need to stay in this test match, or we've lost the series with a test to spare. In we go then. It's humid, it's windy and it's hot, and England are coming in for the first ball. It's a short delivery, not threatening the stumps, so we just get out the way. I am determined in this innings, no matter how long it takes to score runs, to be as patient and disciplined as I ever could be. The dream was always to emulate Alistair Cook, as the second ball is straight at the pads and we fly down the ground. I don't think it's going to reach the boundary, it's really slowed up. There's been a few little rain delays here over the first 2 days, so the outfield a little slower than usual. But we get back for 3 and we get off strike, but that's a really positive start. The one thing that did happen in the last episode, the first innings of this match, is we started striking the ball well again. It was just a little bit of lack of concentration that got us out. But that was a really good shot and promising again. And James Vince is gone. He's bowled LB by McGee with the final ball of the over. But we're now back to face Orson Spain, a medium pacer. We've had some troubles against him as well. That one's away, but doesn't beat the fielder on the leg side. And we were hoping for some overthrows there. But England's 7 for 1. And it's myself alongside the skipper, Joe Root. Will he be the calming influence I need? Will he be the man that makes me concentrate? Because we don't want to let the side down in front of him. And we don't with that shot. It beats the fielder this time. It was finer, just a little bit, but enough to get past the fielder and crashes for 4. What a fantastic shot. We're now 7 off our first 4 deliveries, and I'm feeling a bit more confident. So the next target is let's get England back to level parity. As we beat the outside edge, the confidence came too soon. And there you go, Orson Spain, the medium pacer, just getting a little side to there, just beating the edge. And it only takes a little tickle or a big thick edge like the last one and we get out. But we run through a quick single there, just nudge to the leg side. You all know that's my favourite shot. Anyone who's followed any of my series on this channel will know that I love that stroke. A little fine cut to leg side and we get off strike. Joe Root now at the crease. The big question now as we go into the third over is, can we stay consistent against McGee? This one straight to the leg side, It looks like it's going to be 2. To be honest, I would have preferred a single there. And it is a little bit of a rush to get back. It's a great throw. We forgot how good the West Indies are in the field, but we do get 2. And we keep Joe Root protected. I guess from an England point of view, we probably do need to hold the strike to the most dangerous bowler and try and keep it that way. So Joe Root is still available for the long haul. But we've got beaten by the outside edge again there. And although we reached double figures last time, it's starting to look a bit of a struggle again. So we're back to 1 a ball after a very strong start. There's space down the ground, that one's better. And we should get a comfortable 2, maybe 3. And I tell you what, maybe 4 the way that's going. We obviously found a patch that the water hadn't hit. Because it's reached the boundary and we move on to 14. And off Orson McGee, bar once where we were beaten on the outside edge, we've looked good so far. And the space at mid-wicket if we can find it. This one straight is hit to mid-wicket. Probably only 1. No, it's going to be 2 again, I think. The fielder doesn't get there quite as quickly as we'd hoped. And we're back. It is a very good over. And Joe Root's back on strike. Well, Joe Root managed 2 runs off the Spain over. And he's got us back on strike. The first 2 we've just left outside off. But this one a bit straighter. And again, we picked the right delivery. We're going to get 2 for it. It's not quite got the same consistency and the same power behind it. But for a forward defensive off the front foot, that's not bad to get 2 down to mid-on. Our new favourite spot, and England now just trail by 1. We moved on to 18. Again, if we could get a half century, we'd probably save our place in the team. And that one's drifted again. It's swung in, and we were prepared for it. And we have funded it for 4. The full deliveries are really working out for us. He's gone for that sort of Yorker length right on the half volley. And it's a fantastic shot down to the leg side. That's a more classic one for us, and we now lead in this test match. England 28 for 1. We've got 22 of those, and we have to get out the way there, as that one's wide outside off. There is no need for us to fish there while there's 4 slips in. There's a gully, there's a point. I mean, there's so much danger on that side, and we don't want to be caught out by it. Oh, we thought we'd done the same again, but it swung in viciously, and in the end just missed off stump. But with 5 overs gone now, Joe Root gets another run, and we're back on strike. England 29 for 1. And we're starting to build something special again. Orson Spain continues. I mean, it's fair to say that Joe Root's taking the more cautious approach of the 2. He's on 3 off 9, and again, we've not beat the fielder on the leg side. Orson Spain varying his pace just very slightly, causing some issues, but that one's better. We just nudge it to leg side, and we run through for a single. And there's a change in the bowling. McGee is out and replaced by the other left-arm face bowler, Duncan. And he is the man who is looking for revenge. We got him out with our spin in the first innings. He's going to want to do the same. We know that for certain. He's got a good field placement. And that's the one thing I've noticed with the Windies. They've been changing the field far more than any other team we've played. But that one we get away to the vacant mid-wicket area. Not enough power, so the man at mid-on runs round. And actually we will get 2 because it was pretty poor fielding. He just slowed up. And we're back on strike. 25 off 23. So the next aim for us surely has to be to get England to 50 and to beat our score of the first innings, which was 33. And we've got a straight full delivery. We don't connect well. We just dig it out. But that's only going to be 1. We don't want to risk a second there. Well, my dreams have been crushed there. Orson McGee has not been taken out of the attack. He's just swapped ends. And he's in with a short ball. Oh, we did not know what to do with that. We tried to get out of the way. We tried to play the leg side. We tried to switch feet. And the footwork was all over the place, and it ended up just crashing into our hip. But no harm done, it was above the stumps. He's now covered mid-on, but there's so much space leg side. And of course, it's such a wide boundary as it's beaten again. That one didn't bounce, that was really weird. Supposed to be the standard pitch, but it just sort of dipped along. It skipped like a stone in the sea, it was really bizarre. But let's try and play down the ground now. There's space at mid-on, and hopefully we'll get a delivery that suits it. It's a short ball. And we're so good off the back foot when we need to. Those straight deliveries, right short, up against the sort of face, the helmet guard. And we get it back, and we're going to come for 3. The man stops it, but he runs over the boundary. But he does save 1, you've got to be fair. England move on to 40. 8 overs in. England going along well. We're building a partnership with Joe Root. And a space down the ground again, which we play into. That field is the one that suits us down to the ground. Again, I don't think this will quite reach the boundary. But because it's so long down the ground from this end, it's going to be a comfortable 3. And the same when we're on strike at the other end. There's such a lot of space to the leg side, we can get 3 every time. And they're our 2 favourite areas to play, so this should suit us really well. Maybe not so many boundaries, But the field, I guess they're protecting that. They don't mind giving away 2s or 3s. They know it won't be a 4. That one's wide, beats the outside edge. Oh, it's getting tense. We're just 4 away now, I think, are we? 4 away from our score from the first innings. And that has to be the next target. Oh, we're 1 away. Sorry, we're closer than I thought. Joe Root's really slowed down at the other end. Just 1 run off his last 12 deliveries. That one's wide as well, and it beats the outside edge. Paul coming in, causing a bit of trouble. He's done that a few times in this series already. And he's now opened up the leg side. So hopefully this one will just drift onto the pads and we'll be able to go around. It swings in. I thought I'd read it right, but unfortunately just beats us again. That one's in. There we go. That's the shot we wanted. Crash to the leg side boundary. 4 runs, and it takes us on to 36 in this innings. Our best score of the series so far. And this is a real chance to get a half century now. It will probably save our test career if we do. Another one that swings in, but it just misses the edge. And now England just 2 away from 50 as well. We've got to build in little blocks. And this, alongside the skipper, is a chance to do so. Joe Root has defended another over, another maiden, and now we're facing Paul. And we've hit it again beautifully to leg side. We have timed them so well today. England past 50, now 52 for 1, and we have scored 40 of those runs. We are starting to look in really good touch. And this is the chance to get a half century. Here comes Paul again. In straight, down the ground. It was actually on the offside, but beat the fielder. It was so fine to the stumps. And I think, again, it's a race to the boundary. Is it going to get there? It does. 4 more runs, and we move on to 44. Halfway through the 13th over. The run rate's slowing down a bit, mainly because of Joe Root at the other end. And that one really confidently stroked away, but straight to the fielder at mid-off. And they've plugged mid-on now as well. But this is good. We're forcing change, and we're starting to hit the ball confidently, even when defending. That one's full, though, and beats the outside edge. All ends up. Still got to be careful. There is still danger in this West Indies attack. They've opened up mid-on. They've opened up the leg side. These have been the 2 scoring shots for us in this series. Oh, that one was close. We could have very well edged that. We cannot throw away the half century now, and to be honest, I'd quite like the spinner to come in. Oh, would you look at that? Keaton Penny, 20 wickets he's got, but he is coming in now. They've covered mid-on and mid-off. There's space on the leg side just to get ones. If they're outside off, we will eventually strike, but for now we're just going to leave them. I'm not into getting into dangerous strokes, not into ones that will potentially cause an edge, potentially go to the silly fielder. We need to make sure we only play the confident ones. No problem with slowing it down, as that one beats the outside edge. A wild swing, really. And we're going a bit early. We're still reacting like it's a pace bowler. 2 balls left in the over. I've got a feeling this one's going to be wider as well. And I've got it completely wrong. We nudge it to leg side for a single. We waited patiently. And off the 5th delivery, we make sure we get 1. Joe Root will face the last ball. And there you go. A 50 partnership as well. Joe Root's not contributed much to it other than discipline. And perhaps that's exactly what we need at the other end. No pressure whatsoever. And to be fair to him, Joe Root got 2 off the last ball. We've got space on the leg side as Duncan's coming in to play against us here. And it's outside off, so we're forced to defend again. We're forced to get out the way. And we're sticking with our discipline. 5 away from a half century. We cannot let this opportunity go. He continues over the wicket, Duncan. The offside is heavily populated. So we can only play to leg side and to deep mid-wicket that is vacant at the moment. We have crashed one to the boundary again. The timing on those full Yorker length deliveries are fantastic. We have absolutely nailed it on this pitch. And we're now just 1 away. Please, please, please don't let me get out now. The leg side is opened up. The delivery is full again, but it's outside off. And I'm not playing to offside. So we had a little half-hearted swing to leg side, but it was never going to connect. And now he's back to the field where we just scored 4. Please, just give me a little treat. It's full. It's down to mid-wicket. And it's going to be 1. It's going to be 2. And we have got a half century against the West Indies. We have equalled our best test score of 51 for England. And this is the chance for us to build. Alongside the skipper Joe Root on 10. 51 off 51. 7 fours and plenty of good running. And England on 65 for 1, building a lead. This is where we can make things happen. Now, does anyone remember the last episode? A left armer coming around the wicket is when it all went wrong. And it might be here, because that we've timed poorly. I mean, thankfully we get away with it. There's no fielder, it goes for 1. We should really just be leaving them for wide after wide, but again, I want to score runs. Joe Root's moved on to 20, he's starting to speed up now, which takes the pressure off us, particularly as we're facing the spinner. He's bowled outside off, we get out the way. We are still not going offside yet. The England lead's only 50, we've already lost the wicket of James Vince early. The last thing our side wants is us to be gone as well. We get one on the stumps there, we nudge it to leg side, and we're going to keep dealing in singles off the spinner for now. Oh dear, we have lost Joe Root to LBW to the spinner. I just said he was speeding up now. He faced 4 dot balls and then got out with the final ball of the over. That is not great going at all. So Joss Buttler's in alongside us, has scored multiple double centuries even since we've been in the test team. As we get a short one there, and you know we're so good at those, we've said it a few times. It's probably been our most improved area since the last year. And we managed to get one Joss Buttler on strike. Oh no! Oh, what is going on here? Joss Buttler gets out for pull for a duck. He's gone from double centuries to a duck, and we have now gone from the player that couldn't be relied on to the one that England need to get a respectable score to bowl at. We're the only man who can give them a chance here. Alongside Stokes, Bairstow and Folkes, we're now crucial, and it becomes a case of not scoring quickly, but scoring lots. Ben Stokes at Headingley, not like he's done anything special here before, is it? Let's see if he can do it again with us. 2 left-handers in, and Kimu Paul has gone around the wicket now, the right-hander, but he bowls straight, and we love our favourite shot. That's going to thunder to the boundary. 4 more runs, and we've now got the responsibility to protect Ben Stokes and let him score at his own pace. He has got 5 off 2, which is brilliant, but we need to make sure he's not forced to score. So he completes a full maiden there, and we're on 58 at 1 a ball. A really good start for us. This one's on the stumps, but it swings away. It's beaten the edge. And I tell you what, we're going to play through till at least 30 overs here, because we're doing really well. Of course, we might not still be in at that point, but for now, all is looking well. Straight delivery, down to mid-on, our favourite area again. He really is giving a few away there, the bowler. And this should be 3 again. It's gone all the way, you know. It's gone to 4. And we're now into the 60s. And I tell you what, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't starting to feel a century now. 4th ball of the over. This one straighter. Oh, it's done us again. There's some warning signs. So the next target is 100 for England. 91 for 3. The lead is only 66. We need runs quick. And we need runs properly. We cannot afford to lose wickets. This one's straight though. Good shot to the leg side. Back to our old favourite shot. It should be 2. Might get a 3rd if we're lucky. Oh, no, I'm not confident to run that. And to be fair, it was the right call because the throw was very good. Last ball of the over. Ben Stokes still protected at the other end. Paul's been very expensive, but he got that crucial wicket. And we're now trying to build on 64. Just nudge to leg side. We keep the strike. We keep protecting Stokes. And we move on to 65 not out. 4th ball of the over. He's moved out the man at mid-on, but it was a bit of a decoy. Because in the end, it was a simple shot to leg side. And that is the most lackadaisical fielding I've ever seen. They should have bought Griscale out retirement there. We get 1, and we get Ben Stokes on strike. Orson Spain is back in. 3 overs his bowled. Stokes still in there, 9 off 10. And we've got a chance to build. England on 99. Can we make that 100? Oh, short ball from the spinner. Beat us all ends up. That's a great delivery. Not from the spinner, sorry, the medium pacer. Getting the words mixed up because I'm so focused on getting these shots right. Still on 66. Full delivery. Thunder to leg side. Just fine of the fielder. And that's going to go all the way, I think. 4 runs again. 103 for 3 for England. The lead goes past 75. And our score goes into the 70s. This is an opportunity to make history. And I tell you what, a century will definitely keep us in the team. And we've hit exactly the same shot again. Maybe slightly finer to the leg side, but an even more convincing 4. What a shot this is. We are in great touch now, and the confidence has flowed back almost immediately. 74 off 71. Can we be the man to get the century? Can we be the man to save the day? And I'm sure it'll build our confidence on the bowling as well, as we hit the 3rd shot in a row to the boundary. They actually took one of the fielders out the leg side there, and we hit it just as convincingly. And I tell you what, we look like that player who was scoring 200 in the Sheffield Shield. We look like that player who was deserving of a call-up. We look like the player who scored back-to-back centuries in the county championship. And we're now forcing the bowler to have a think. Awesome Spain continues. He's changed the field slightly, but that gap is still there on the leg side. He's bowled it wider, we get it away, but we don't beat the fielder and we cancel the run. And it's a good job because that was a cracking direct hit. The lead's still 86. We're on 78, and I tell you what, I'm eyeing it up now. I do not want to let this chance go. Space on the leg side, just nudged for one, and we keep the strike again. Ben Stokes, you're getting protected for now. However, the spinner is back in, and they've left that gap at mid-off. It's really tempting, but they've bowled straight at the stumps, and we're able to play our favourite shot. Called it slightly late, but away for one, and Ben Stokes prefers the spin. He scored a few runs off it. Can he do the same again? As long as he doesn't get out. He hasn't got out. He just adds one, and we're back on for the final ball of the over, and I'd quite like a single to keep the strike. So let's try that. We do. It's a good connection, but it goes to the fielder, and is thrown back comfortably. England on to 115 off 20 overs. The run rate's ticking along nicely, and we have moved into the 80s. Back to the more traditional field here, which suggests to me that this one might be a bit straighter. It is, and it's fuller as well, but we just claw it out from under our feet, and we run through for a single. Ben Stokes back on strike. Hopefully he can build the lead further. And what you don't want to see when you're chasing a century is Awesome McGee to come back in, the man who's had your number the whole series. The first one beats the outside edge. Ben Stokes has added another 4. He's taken England to 120. And the next test is getting the lead up to 100. We swing away off the short ball there. The footwork was all wrong. We got caught on the front foot, but we just about nicked it away for one. And another boundary for Stokes, and that could take the lead to 100. But he hasn't done that. He's just seen off the over. Probably what we should be doing against him too. And then taking advantage of Spain here at the other end. Full delivery, just nudge for a single. We're scoring ones, probably more than 2s, 3s and 4s at the minute, but we're doing it quickly and we're doing it consistently. Rotating the strike, absolutely crucial. And Ben Stokes has got another 4. He's taken that lead past 100. Awesome McGee is in. It's a very bizarre field. Full delivery, swings away and beats us. Oh, the next big one has to be our century. We're 16 off it. England 24 off 150. There's lots of big stats there, and that one's drifted. So we're able to get a simple one. We do like a delivery like that. It just takes all the pressure off. Counting the numbers down. 85. We're really doing well today. We have to get to 100 now. It's a short ball. Oh, we've missed it all ends up. Just trying to get too much power there. A little glance would have been fine. And the over ends. We're on 85. Can we do it? Let me know what you think. Back to face the spinner as Ben Stokes just hits a single. He's gradually getting more expensive as we go along though. And he's just drifting more onto the leg pad, so we're able to get an easy one there as well. And to be honest, I know it's probably not the most entertaining to watch. It's not as thrilling, exciting, or as powerful as the early strokes in this innings. But I do not want to throw away the century. And if that means hitting 14 singles to the leg side, then so be it. Kimu Paul continues. He's been so expensive. This one's straighter, and we get a single. Just drifts onto the leg pad, and that's exactly what we need. 12 more to go, I believe. 13 more to go, sorry, as Petty the spinner's in again. Ben Stokes doing well at the other end now as well, up to 26 off 36. That one's straight again, so we get it away for another one, and now it is 12 to go. We're counting them down, we're ticking them off nicely, and we're building England's lead all the while. And we have been joined by a new partner. Johnny Bairstow is in. He scored 4 off 2, but Ben Stokes caught by that spinner again. I mean, he seems to have a knack of getting the right wickets. Full delivery, and we don't beat the fielder there. And this is not what we needed when edging close to that century is a new partner and more uncertainty. Half the over down. We're just trying to go a bit too fine, if anything. This one's full. Oh, we've edged it. Oh my words. This is the worst over of the match so far. Do you know what? If it's not a terrible ball, we're not even going to try and score for the rest of this over. Let's just rebuild. Let's just get that concentration back. The short ball misses. We try to glance it. It beats the edge, all ends up. Final ball of the most difficult over we've faced in the match so far. Short ball outside leg, and we've edged again. I tell you what, the wicket keeper's deep, and we run through for a cheeky single there. We avoid the maiden, completely undeserved. It goes down as a leg bye, and we stay on strike for the next over against the spinner, who's taken wickets galore here. 2 for 21 off 8 overs. It's a good sign for us in the second innings, because he's the left-arm slow pacer as well. And we glance that away to leg. That takes us on to 89. It is getting very, very close. Johnny Bairstow flying along at the other end now. He's settled in. He's got 18 off 19. And we glance one to the leg side as well. Is it going to be 2? No, the fielder gets there. But we're on to 90. 10 more to go. You can see that the strike rate for us and the run rate for the team have both gone down a bit. They've both dipped. We're now 90 off 100 deliveries. But that one's straight. That one's away. Will it beat the fielder? It might, you know. It's beaten the fielder on the boundary. And we've got 4 for that. That is exactly the boost we needed. 94 off 101. Just 6 to go, and we've got to start to get nervous now. The space down at mid-on. The spinner's really changed his field here. It's straight. We go to mid-on, and I think that's going to be 4 as well. That is timed perfectly. We have got to 98 not out. We need 2 more runs to reach our century. And we've got the spinner on strike here. This is going to be really difficult. If it's outside off, we cannot play at it. It's wide to the leg side. We run through for 1. The fielder's not there. We can't go for 2. We cannot get run out on 99 or even risk it. So we stick with 1 and Bairstow will face the last ball of the over. We're on 99 not out and they've brought back Orson McGee. They certainly know how to increase the nerves. Please just drift one onto leg stump. That one's outside off. We leave it. This is the moment. We have to get 100 and then I'm going to go and have a lie down before we carry on the innings. There's space on the leg side. It's short. We duck out the way. 3rd attempt. Now 105 deliveries faced. Those 2 4s really helped against the spinner. But we need a straight ball. We get the straight ball. We pull it to the leg side and run through for a single. It is 100 not out. It is our first Test century. It is 14 4s, 106 balls, a strike rate of 94 and 2.5 hours at the crease. And we have got our first England Test century, and at a time where we were possibly going to get dropped. A crucial moment in this match, a crucial moment in this Test series, and possibly the most important one of our career. The lead goes past 150, our score reaches 100, and we've got Johnny Bairstow on strike with us, trying to make a big score to defend. So as promised, I am going to leave it here and have a lie down. Apologies for the slightly longer episode, but I hope you can understand the reasons and I hope you enjoyed it. We have got our Test century. As nervy as the last 20 runs were, and as nervy as it was as we kept losing partners, we have got there. And for the first time, we are the man who can be the hero for England. So I tell you what, the next episode, there is no point us making any promises. Let's come back at this point. We've got 100, we've got our first Test century out the way. Now, we've got our place safe in the team. Let's see how much we can make it. England need us to score runs, because that lead isn't going to be enough. Remember the first Test? The 300 run partnership for the final wicket? We cannot be having that again. So let's make sure we stay in, let's make sure we get a score, and let's try and build something special here and secure our place in the side for months and months to come. If you did enjoy us gritting out a century, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of our performance and how many you think we're going to end up on next time round. And hopefully we won't get out first ball after. If you want to make sure you stay up to date with the series, please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. You'll get alerts as 2 episodes a week from this series release, as well as daily FM20 content, a weekly stadium review series, and a live stream every Tuesday morning at 10 AM. A massive thank you for all of your support over here and on the podcast channel too, and I hope to see you next time as we try and build on this century and take ourselves to a potentially match-winning Test score.